All right, we're looking at job number 23792. It's East Pointe Condos out in Kent. This is for Dawn at Morris Management. She'd like us to look at this property. It's a pretty good sized property here. It has a walking trail that goes all the way over to this section of the property as well. This is at 23727 116th Place Southeast. She wants crack fill, seal coat, striping, the red curbs painted, and then curbs repaired. The other thing she wants is there are parallel stall parking in various locations on this phase. There's none on this phase, but on this phase there is. You've got there, and up here, and over in the corner. So let's talk about the crack fill. There's not much crack fill on this area down in here. Everything looks decent. There might be a little bit of crack fill that we need to do on some existing trench patches, but not much. We'll need a full day of power washing for this road. And then we'll also, in that full day, we'll need to power wash this walking trail. Okay? Because we're going to have to seal coat this trail as well. This one will be very interesting because you can't get a truck in there. So we might have to start here, pull the hose out as far as we can, get the seal coat as far as we can with a hose, and then go on this side, do the same thing, stretch the hose out as far as we can, and then we might need to use buckets to haul the material into the middle if we can't reach that far. I can do a measurement on it later and see, but it kind of looks like it's a pretty long trail, and I don't know if the hose is that long. All right, so 1 day of power washing for this lot plus this trail, and that means you're power washing the curbs and the asphalt that's mossy up against the curb. Here's an example right here what it looks like. Okay. Over on this side, we'll need 2 days of power washing because all the curbs are mossy. So we'll definitely need 2 days to power wash the curb and the asphalt that sits right in front of the curbing on a lot of these locations. I'm going to take you through the asphalt repairs. So you've got a catch basin here and a catch basin right here. There's a 6x6 that needs to be repaired around the catch basin, and then asphalt repair number 2 is a 6x6 at another catch basin. The fire lane stencils are 18-inch on the ground where all the fire lane is, and the curbs are painted red. So over on this property, the asphalt repairs, you've got a 26 by 8 repair on the corner, and I'll show you what that looks like. There's 2 catch basins, and in between there's a low spot where the water's collecting. We'll need to cut the asphalt between the 2 catch basins and create one flow line from one to the other. But it's a 26 by 8. And then other asphalt repairs. I was trying to see if there was any others I had. I did not. That was the only asphalt repair on that side. All right, the other thing I want to show you is quantities for curb repair. There's none on this property, but there is on this property. So starting up near the front here, we've got... let's start up in this north area right here. We've got 16 feet of curb on the left. Then there's 6 feet of curb on the left, 6 feet of curb, 10 feet of curb. And then let's make our way around this way. 40 feet down here in the corner, 12 feet right here, 30 feet at this corner, 20 feet at that corner right there. Then you've got 2 feet, 4 feet, Let's make our way down here. There's 40 feet right here on the left-hand side. And going down the left-hand side, there's 10 feet. And then there is 40 feet. Then you got 25 feet. Go around the circular island, you've got 25 feet, 15 feet, 15 feet, 50 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, and 25 feet. Okay. I'll have it marked on an aerial map so you can see a little better what curbs I'm referring to. Okay, so I'm at the smaller phase here on Southeast 238th Place. So you can see there's a little bit of crack fill at the entrance, and then there's some crack fill to do on these existing seams and around the catch basins. There'll be a little bit down the middle of the drive aisle, but other than that, there won't be a lot of crack fill in here. The power washing, as you can see, will be extensive on the curbs and on the asphalt in front of it. Your 18-inch fire lane stencils look like that out in the front. Okay, some more crack fill down the middle. All the footage put together for you on this. What else we got here? So down here is the first catch basin I was talking about. Okay, so I had a 6x6 that's right here, but I think what I'd like to do is take that 6 feet, and I'd like to continue up the roadway here because it's starting to get pretty beat up here. It can be crack filled, but right when you get to about in here, it's getting chewed up pretty good. So we're going to need to do a 6 foot by 25 foot repair here. I think in order to avoid having to do a no dumping drains to stream, actually no, this is a thermoplastic no dumping drains to stream that you can get at Alpine. I think we can get at Alpine. We'll need to replace that. So it's a thermal tilage down, no dumping drains to stream. We'll need to replace that because we're going to tear that out, and we'll take the repair all the way out to this seam here and then go straight across and down. So you got 25 by 6. That's one repair. Here's another repair right here where it's totally sinking. We'll need to go all the way to the curb and come out 10 feet, which is right at this joint, and then do an extra 6 feet there. So 16 feet by 6 feet. 16 by 6. And we could get that repair done. Okay, so that's the second repair. The third repair is up here a little bit farther. As a matter of fact, this is getting chewed up pretty good as well. So let's go 6 foot wide again, starting from this house with the cultured stone on it at 23702, which is the third house as you come in. 1, 2, 3. It's right out in front, just north of the driveway. We'll do a 6 foot wide by 25 feet. So 6 foot by 25 down the center here, and we'll get all this chewed up asphalt removed and replaced. There's not crack fill down the whole entire middle, but there is a little bit sporadically throughout the center of this drive aisle. It's a little bit of puddling right here, but I don't think that's going to be something we need to fix. This is starting to get chewed up pretty good in this area. And then, of course, you've got this catch basin, which is a 6x6 here. So the 6x6 is just before the corner. 1, 2. It's between the second and third house. You come out. 6x6 repair. We'll have to replace the no dumping drains to stream stencil. That's torched down thermoplastic. You can kind of see how the light hits this, how it's starting to get chewed up a little bit, but I think we'll be okay for now. We'll just need to do a little bit of crack fill down the seam here, down the middle. This catch basin looks okay. So over here to my left is the walking path This walking path's pretty long. It goes up and all the way around. Now, the thing I just noticed is that it does look wide enough to where we can get the bollards removed, because they're removable bollards. Probably we'll have to have, there's probably a board member that has a key to these bollards. We could get them removed, and we can actually roll. We could probably roll down this part of the way. We might be able to go all the way through, as a matter of fact, with the trailer, and just seal coat as we go through. As long as we're pulling it with like a 1-ton truck or even a half-ton, I think we're going to be able to drive down the walking path and seal coat it and not have to worry about how long the hose is. So that's a good thing. That walkway right there is somewhere between 12, it's probably around 12 to 13 feet wide. So that's wide enough. All right, just some more crack fill up the middle. And then it goes to the top, and then that's it. It ends up there at the top of the street. It just goes around in a loop. You can see as I'm walking back on the side of the curb, all the moss that's collected on the sides. So it's going to be definitely important to power wash the top and the face of these curbs. Here's another one right here that's got quite a bit of moss on it, as you can see. As I'm walking back, you can see that 16, what was it, a 16 by 6 or something that I mentioned earlier, area that we need to fix. That's it right there. It's a pretty good sinkhole there. It's dipped down pretty good as we come out. Okay, so on this phase, it'll be very easy to seal coat. We'll be able to knock out 2 coats on this pretty easily, and might even be able to stripe it, but probably what'll happen is we'll just seal coat it, and then we will continue through the trail and get that on day 1, and then day 2 and day 3 we'll do the other phase, which is where I'm heading to right now. So I just walked this phase. I think day 1 will be power washing on this phase, and then day 2 on this phase would be seal coating everything plus this trail. Day 3 will probably be, for this phase, let's just say instead of day 3, let's just separate that from this. This is going to be a 3-day process, where I think we'll have to, actually might be a 4-day process. It just depends how much we can get seal coated in one day. It's actually pretty decent shape. So I know for sure we'll probably need 2 days of power washing on this whole phase here. And in seal coating, we might be able to bust out seal coating on all of this in one day too. But you know what? We better do it in 2 phases, because I don't know where everybody's going to park. So let's go ahead and split this into 2 days, 2 probably 6-hour days on seal coating. And then we'll come back a final day to do all the striping, fire lane, parallel parking stalls, and then those, actually we can do the torch down things when we do the asphalt, so never mind on that. All right, well anyways, now that I've kind of told you the phasing, I'm going to go over to this and show you what it looks like. Okay, now I'm up on the other phase, the larger phase, where I just came in off 116th, and I'm parked right about where that number 3 is. Okay. So, not sure why none of this was ever painted, but should have been painted fire lane. It's not though, so we won't worry about it. We'll just worry about restriping what's here. So this area right here on the corner, I've got this little piece that's right here. It's just a little 5-foot piece, actually it's 6-foot piece of curb. Okay, you'll see a lot of these little curbs in here have a little bit of damage on them. Not much, but they're crumbled on the top on some of these curbs. So in some of these areas, I decided just to rip all of that out. You can see the parallel parking that's in here. There's no stalls striped in here right now, but you can see on the map, and I'll have this map plugged into Google Drive. You can see how there's little tick marks for the parallel stalls. So I'll have a quantity tallied up, and I'll have all striping quantities, including these parallel stalls, the fire lane curb, the red curb, the no parking fire lane stencils. I'll have all that in there. Curb repairs, I'll have a total on the curb repairs all saved on Google Drive as well. I'll have it on one quantity sheet to make it easy. Crack fill, it's been done once before. We'll have to do a decent amount of crack fill around these catch basins and down the center aisle on a majority of the areas. A lot to do. There's a lot of moss cleanup. That's why I was saying there's 2 days, 2 full days, so 16 hours times 2 guys to get this stuff all power washed. You know, it looks really green down there. Real green right here as well. Okay, so if we get this job, I'll end up coming out here and I'll mark the curbs so that we could see all the areas that I'm talking about. See how this is real green here? All right, so as I'm heading down the road here, you've got up here by 17, 18, and 19, there's a bunch of curb to be replaced. So I'll show you that example, and then I'll take you over to this asphalt repair. That's down over here to the left. Through the trees down there, that's where I was just at earlier on that smaller phase. And you could see right down there, the yellow bollards. Those are removable bollards down there as well. So that trail goes all the way down through, wraps around, and goes out over on that side of the property. So just to confirm, we will be able to drive our truck with the seal coat trailer through the trail and seal coat it. There'll be a little bit of crack filling on that trail too. Okay, so here's a section of curbing that will need to get fixed. 12-foot piece of curb here. Then you got a little like 6-foot piece here of curbing. Then you got a large area of curbing that needs to be replaced. It's just starting to crumble. It looks like garbage. Here's a bunch of parallel stalls on the side of the road here. It's like 8 stalls that we could put in. Actually, we could put in more than that. So I'm going to make note of this right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can do like 10 stalls. 10 parallel stalls in this section. Here's some more curb. Needs to be replaced. It's just crumbling. All right. So again, I'll have all this stuff marked out. If we get the job, I'll come out and mark the curb before the guys get out here. All right. So this puddle is what I was talking about earlier. So I'm walking downhill right now. This is a downhill slope all the way to this catch basin right here. And I think this and I don't have a transit, and this is probably why it'd be nice if we had one. But I know right now, I should have grabbed my level, sorry. But I know that it flows from that catch basin down to here. And right now there's a little low spot right there. So the water's collecting until it fills up. And then it continues draining this direction. I threw some water onto this area. I threw some water up on there and noticed that the water was traveling downward. It flowed to this catch basin. So my proposal is to do a 26 by 8 foot patch here. Remove 3-inch depth in a rectangle. Get that all removed, and then try to create that flow line right down the center so that it all goes to this catch basin. Okay. All right, so that's pretty much the scope. I'm going to point you in a direction over here. Just noticed something. I was just noticing that trail stops halfway. Okay, good thing I'm walking this trail. I'm going to do a little shortcut from the corner here through the field and down into this walkway area. So over there, I was showing you the bollards and how the seal coat, we could drive our trucks down here, but I stand corrected. We can only go so far. So from the bollards over there, we can come in and seal coat up to this point, but then it turns into a smaller trail. This smaller trail, I know for sure we can't get a truck onto that, but it turns into a smaller trail, goes all the way down and winds, goes over that bridge over there, and let's see here. I believe we're going to seal coat all of this. They told me there was the trail that was included. So I'll have to seal coat all of this, but I don't think we're going to be able to let me think here. I think we can get close and we can run the hose down as far as we can. But then see, this turns to concrete right here. So that asphalt right there, we probably could pull the hose out and get down here quite a ways and seal coat that portion. And then as we get over to this area, we'll see how much we have to do. So as I go through the bridge, it's a small, thin trail that comes all the way up. And okay, so right up there you can see is the bollards that I mentioned in the other smaller phase. So we'll be able to pull the truck through that bollard area, back it up to here, and as we get to this point right here, or even to this point, we can pull the hose down and we can seal coat all of this on the trail all the way up. We'll have access to it right here. Okay, so on this side it'll be easy to back the truck in, pull the hose down, seal coat this whole area and all the way out. We might not even need to pull into this. We might be able to just stay out on the road and just pull the hose back and get all this done. Power washing needs to be done though on this area. And then it stops right here. This is concrete right here, just before the bridge. So we'll seal coat all that during that small phase. And on that first day of seal coating on the smaller phase, I think we can get that part of the trail, and we'll try to get as far as we can up this trail too. Try to get that all done on that first day, get the whole trail done plus the smaller phase. Okay, so here's where the seal coat starts. As I go over that bridge and it starts to go back up the hill, and then it gets up to that bigger area. This bigger area, I think that we'll probably want to pull our truck down the trail, stop at the spot that we can get closest to it, which I think is right up here in the gravel, and just pull the hose down and then seal coat this area. So really there is no issue with trying to get the hose down here to seal coat. I just wanted to double check that. Okay, so there's the end of the vehicle width trail, you know, as far as how far we could pull the truck back in the trailer. Probably get it back to here in order to get this walking path seal coated up to that point. Okay, so basically I'm walking back to my car. I'm up here where 16 and 17 is, coming around the corner and making my way back. Again, lots of power washing needed. I mean, this is like thick moss along the side here. So cleaning that up is going to take at least 2 days to get the curbs clean and to get the moss clean on the side. Might be smart to do a snuffy on this. If you plug in the snuffy on the same day as the power washing, it might help to loosen up all this moss on this area and do that ahead of the power washer, because then it'll be nice and loose and the power washer will be able to blow it off pretty quickly, pretty easily. Okay, here's one of the alleyways. Now I'm out of breath. All right, that should do it. Any other questions, let me know. Oh yeah, and then there's yellow speed bumps. I'll have all this stuff on a final count. Okay, so that should do it for these 2 phases. This is all for 2020. Any questions, let me know. Thanks.